You remember the first time you saw Ali, Uncle Mike? Was it in the juvenile center?
I was in a juvenile center just like this, yeah. More kids. I always come to juvenile detention centers because this is where my life pretty much started at. This led me to the road of who I am today. I used to always be in trouble. I've probably been arrested 38 times before I was 13 years old. I've been involved with all kinds of crime as a kid. I started robbing and stealing when I was 10 years old from my mother's friends. And then my whole life was just out of whack. And then some of my friends killed some people. Then I came to this facility in the Bronx called Spofford. And that was pretty much my home. I lived there. Every time I got out, I got arrested again. I've been there. And it was like my home. And so one day Muhammad Ali came in. First we came into the auditorium, much bigger than this though. And we saw the movie The Greatest, which was Muhammad Ali's life story. And then the lights came on and then he came out. And everybody went crazy and I said, it popped in my mind, I said, I want to be like him. And then from there, I got transferred to another facility. And then when I got transferred there was an older man named Bobby Stewart. He used to be a former fighter. And I was in trouble, so I was in the back of the room. And you guys have isolation here? Well, I was in isolation. I did something stupid. And I was watching all the kids come back. And they had bloody nose, cracked ribs, but they were happy. And I was like, what's going on in there? So they were boxing with Bobby Stewart, Mr. Stewart at the time. And so he gave me the opportunity to box with him. And he really shellacked me, kicked my ass. And I asked him can you teach me how to do that? And so, moving on, he taught me how to fight. And he introduced me to this other gentleman named Custody Amato, older guy, about 70 years old. And that's when my whole life changed. He gave me, I had no self-respect for myself, I had no discipline, I had low self-esteem, I hated myself. And I met this Customato guy, and he changed that all around. He changed me from hating myself to just absolutely falling in love with myself. And he was like a father figure. He was my first mentor. And from him, life has never been better. I've been champion of the world 3 times. I've been over the world over 5,000, 6,000 times. I've done everything I ever wanted to do in my life. It's because I didn't give up in life. And I know you guys don't believe it, but I've done things that you couldn't even imagine I've been arrested for. And still, I didn't let that hold me down. I had hope, I had faith in God, and I knew things would be different. Plus, I had a great mentor. And me and Tommy had the same mentor. And that's why Tommy's here doing what he's doing, helping people. Because our mentor was he was a socialist guy, but he was a beautiful person. He had a great heart, and he liked to give to people. All his money, he always said people stole money, but he gave all his money away. And that's how people like Tom become the person he's become. It's not necessarily about fighting, it's about anything in life. You want to be the best, newspaper seller, you have to sacrifice. And that's what success is all about, sacrificing. And trust me, if I can make it, I'm sure it's a lot worse than you guys can make it. I always thought if I make it, anybody in the world can make it. And I was the poorest person I ever knew. My parents were in the sex business, my mother's a prostitute. I was hopeless, but there's always hope. Remember that, there's always hope. And listen,
go back.
when we get in here, we think your guys can let us, hey man, I didn't do anything. Like y'all got power to let me out. I'm copping this, hey, I didn't do anything. I was in there.